Hello everybody. In this video chapter, I'm going to show you how to launch a live interview assistant for the web mode. As you know, there are two modes. One is the web mode and the desktop mode. You can see the difference in terms of the chips. There is a red chip which is written in web. Then there is a blue chip which is written as desktop. Right. Similarly, on the action zone at the top, you can see the desktop mode interview. If you recap, there are two modes, web mode and the desktop mode. Web mode is when you are going for a non-technical interview or a behavioral interview or a screening round, but and you know that the interviewer is not going to ask you to share your screen, right? And if it is a technical or coding interview and you're going to need to code in front of the interviewer by sharing your screen, then you should go for the desktop interview, which is 100% invisible then, okay? Uh, so this particular interview that I have with Airbnb, it is going to start at 10 p.m. IST, right? Uh, and I'm going to click on launch to get started. In our previous videos, I've shown you how to run a simulation or click on edit to basically edit the interview details. Okay. The other thing is if you want to know the difference between desktop-based interview and the web-based interview is this click to action button would be launch in desktop versus launch for web only. Okay. So I'm going to click on launch. As soon as I click on that, it is going to throw a gate screen. This is acts like a gate for us, where it says that if you launch this immediately, it will deduct one live interview credit, which is non-refundable. And the AI assistant needs a human interviewer on the other side of the screen or the meeting link to ask you questions. And then the assistant will be able to generate talking points and your credit is going to be used for that, right? Otherwise, if there are no human interviewer, there's no questions being asked, then your credit is going to be used up for no reason, right? And so the recommended action from us is you need to launch this 5 to 10 minutes before the start time of the actual interview, okay? Until then, you can practice simulation by clicking on run simulation. So if you see it is at 10 p.m. IST, so ideally I should start this launch by clicking on this at 9:55 or 9:50, okay? Don't worry. We also have an option alternative for you. Again, at your own risk, you can click on launch anyway. As soon as you do that, there are we call this the launch wizard, which is consisting of two steps. Okay, just like when you are setting up your interview, there were two steps. Here there are two steps. These two steps are far more important, and you need to follow the instructions exactly as they're written here, so that you don't run into any issues and you don't have a bad experience when the interview is going on. Because interview is very high stakes. You don't want to fumble at that point in time with configurations or any kind of things, right? So. Uh, there are just two steps. First is open interview room, and the second is enable device access. So what the first step basically means that you need to open the interview room, the meeting link that you have received on your calendar. Okay. So let's say this is my meeting link, the Google Meet link that I have. Okay. Which I'm picking it from here. I can also pick it from my calendar, and I should paste it here. And then once I click on open meeting link, it is going to open the link on this tab or window that you see, right? Do not join the meeting room now, or the you should come back to the screen right away and read the instructions as it's written. It says stay in the waiting room. This is like the waiting room of a meeting, similarly for Zoom or Teams or WebEx, etc. Right? So do not join the meeting yet because your setup is still not complete. And this works with browsers only: the Chrome browser, Edge browser, and the Brave browser. Okay, no Firefox, no Safari, no mobile devices. You cannot run this assistant on a mobile device because mobile browsers do not have they have restrictions to share audio across multiple tabs, right? And what do you mean by desktop apps is we don't support the browser based assistant for running for interviews that are running on a desktop app. Like let's say there is a Teams desktop app, right? Or there could be Zoom desktop app, the Zoom workplace app, or there could be Google Meets desktop app, right? So always run or open the interview room on the browser interface only, and that through Chrome, Edge, and Brave interface. Okay. Please be mindful of this. Otherwise, the audio will not be available to the assistant to listen to and generate any answers. Next is I go to continue to device setup. Screen is enable device access. Okay, this is again very important screen. Please read the instructions carefully. So there are two parts. One is the microphone access. It allows the AI to hear and process what you're saying, right? And it's saying your microphone is in waiting. So you'll have to select allow. And the second is the tab audio, which says that you are required to hear the interviewer, like what the interviewer is asking the question. You must share the tab only, and then follow the instructions that are written here. Select the Google Meet tab, not window or screen. Ensure that the share tab audio box is checked at the bottom, and do not share entire screen or window. I've already talked about this in our simulation chapter, but I'm reiterating here while I click on enable access. This is how it comes up. You have to click on allow while visiting the site so that it gets saved and you don't need to do it again and again. You can see it has started, right? And then this appears automatically. You don't have to do anything. You can see there are three tabs here, right? There is a Chrome tab, there is a window, and an entire screen. Do not do entire screen and also share system audio and click on share. It is going to fail. We are going to obstruct the path because it is a wrong sharing option that is selected. Okay, so you can always go back, click on retract, and choose from the Chrome tab only. Okay, if you and then ensure that the share tab audio is also enabled. Not tabs where there is no audio that is going to come out of that particular tab. Only the tab where the interviewer is actually going to join the room and going to ask you questions from. Okay. So I'm going to click on share. And once you do that, both of these are green now. The audio track has been detected. And you're free to click on launch AI assistant. This will still not deduct any credit, the live interview credit. If you click on refresh, you can go back and do it. Let me show you. Let me hit refresh. It is going to come back to here and you will have to redo the process of 1 and 2. You can go back to dashboard and click on launch and come back here as well. We are not going to deduct the interview credit until then. Okay, so let me do that. I've already opened it, so not needed. Click on continue to device setup, provide the access. The microphone access is already provided, and I'm going to get this access to this. Okay, I have two build interviews, so it was not needed. You will need to have one of them active. Okay, preferably don't open the meeting room in the same Chrome window that you are working on, because maybe the interviewer will ask you to share your tab and at that, or maybe the Chrome window, and you might by mistake show the interview B tab, because you cannot close this interview B tab at any point in time during this interview, right? So remember that like I have opened it here. Keep waiting. So it shows here sharing this tab to app.interviewb.ai, right? And this is the screen that it should is open in another Chrome window here. Okay, I'm going to click on launch AI assistant, and finally this is what appears. You can see a docked window that comes up. Now this is extended that you can do. You should keep it right below your camera so that when the interviewer is asking questions and your video is on, you are looking straight at the face of the interviewer and answering or referring to answers from the window itself. Okay. If you switch to tab mode, it is going to go away. You can always click back and it will come here again. Okay. So let me just resize it for better clarity. And at the back, this is what it shows. This is the live interview assistant, web assistant's final screen, where on the left side, it will show the image of what the interviewer is seeing. So if you share your screen, right, and what the talking points are going to appear here, and the transcription of the interview, what question the interviewer is asking and what you are replying to will appear here in real time. Okay, please read all these instructions like it is mentioned here. So, but before that, I'm going to show you how it works. So I am on another Chrome window. This is a window, right? So I can still see this docked window mode. That is the advantage of this, so that you don't have to be active on this window at all. You just need to be active on this window at all times. On where the answers are getting generated here, you don't have to. You just listen to the question. Once the answer is appearing here, you start responding to it by understanding how it answers, right? And if you want to change the response type from concise to bullet points, you can do that. It will come up very crisp bullet points. Concise is the most recommended version. If you're a fresher and you want detailed answer like a paragraph, which we don't recommend usually, but you want to read the entire paragraph, you can click on detailed. Okay, so I'll keep concise for now. Streaming and reasoning are essential if you're running a technical interview, so that it runs on top of a more intelligent model which reasons, and it will generate answer in greater time than 2 seconds or one or 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to keep this as it is because this is a behavioral interview that we are going to run. Okay, and then I'm going to read these instructions for now along with you. So we need to switch to the meeting tab now. So I've already switched to this tab, and I should click on join the meeting room when the interview starts. So the interviewer is currently not there, so I'm not going to click on it. And then I'll also click on start session below. So just click on start session as soon as you see the interviewer is joining in. Okay. So just like it will take about 2 to 3 seconds for the start session to run. And as soon as you click on it, your interview credit is going to be consumed. Okay. So let's say your internet connection goes away, or you hit refresh, or let's say by mistake you do stop sharing here. Okay, let me do that as well. So this is gone. So let's go back here. You come back to the old screen again, like I said. Okay, so I'll click on open meeting link here, and then continue to device setup and enable access, and it's still showing up here, and click on share. This is done, and I keep it back here, reposition it here, and that, that's simple. Okay. You can always watch this video multiple times, so that let's say you run into any issues, you'll be able to on your own, you'll be able to resolve them at any point in time. Okay. Right now I'm going to click on join now and basically enter the interview while clicking, and also click on start session for the assistant to get started.